Ejga, witam serdecznie. Dalej lecimy sobie. Idziemy do trzech mioteł. Porozmawiać z Cironą. Ona się poprosiła o to. Zobaczymy, co ma ciekawego nam do powiedzenia.
Folk still talk about you taking down that troll in the village circle. You certainly made an impression.
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl.
Jak się nic nie dzieje.
How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stayed with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Zielskie wsparcie. Dobra. A ty co chcesz?
Pardon me, but were you saying something?
Oh, hello. Talking to myself. I'm Clementine Willardsey. Charmed. I was musing on the precious butterflies I see near the edge of the forest. Whenever I come near, they fly
Coś
off
jednego,
into
bo
it.
chyba mam.
When I was at Hogwarts, we truly were forbidden from entering the forest. Told horrible stories about it, and I've had an irrationally intense fear of it ever since. It's silly, but I'm insatiably curious as to where the butterflies go in the forest.
Nie wiem, czy ja chcę.
You couldn't possibly find out, could you?
You want me to follow the butterflies?
I do, yes, if you wouldn't mind.
What were the horrible stories you were told about the Forbidden Forest?
Ja mniej więcej wiem, co tam jest.
Goodness, everything from students being mysteriously beheaded to terrifying spider dens. Ugh, trust me, you hear that at 11 years old, it sticks with you.
A ja mam sobie tam iść, tak po prostu.
Very well. If I have time, I shall see where they lead.
Oh, how kind. Students these days have so much more courage than I ever did. You can usually find me right around here. I hope to see you soon.
Nie, no, zobaczymy.
Don't forget, the butterflies always seem to be on the
Dobrze,
fringes
wiem,
of the
wiem,
Forbidden
wiem. Tak,
Forest.
tak, no. Nie z tej strony, pozbieramy trochę misji.
Welcome back. I've arranged a special price on the broom upgrade for you. I truly appreciate all of your help.
No dawaj.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. I must tell you, half of Hogsmeade's been by the shop asking about rumours of a broom upgrade. Without the information you provided, my work would have taken twice as long. Thank you again. It may sound ambitious, but I've already begun work on another upgrade, more difficult to perfect than the
Ja
last.
ci to
I
daję, a
wondered,
ty jeszcze
would you be
zbierasz
interested
ze mnie
in joining
hajs,
forces
dziadu?
again? There's another course near Arendale that Miss Reyes has mastered. If you were to test this first upgrade there, it may help me as I develop the next. Oh, you'll consider it, won't you?
Nie denerwuj mnie.
What more can you tell me about the next course?
It's just a jaunt from here, south of Hogsmeade. Beautiful mountain views. The course was designed to test flyer stamina. Some of your classmates mentioned they were headed there, eager to see what Imelda has in store. A bit surprising, considering many of them expressed reticence at the idea of racing against her at all. I hope that won't deter you, and you'll give the course a go. At least think on it.
Rozważyć rozważę.
Sounds as if you're really outdoing yourself. If I'm able to help, I will.
Thank you. I know this recent success was only the beginning of what I can do for broom flight.
Ja mogę sobie
Report back
Oliwandera,
as soon as
zmienić
you can,
różdżkę, czy
and
co?
we'll be off to the races.
Off to the races then.
A spot of failure is a good
Dobra.
thing.
Mapa świata. Bo ogólnie... Dobra, ja tutaj sobie przyjdę, a... Smith, misję. Tentakula to jest raczej pająk, nie? Użyć domu chmurów i astrów. Fajnie. Mhm. Dobra. A, serio? No porozmawiam. Ale nie cieszy mnie to, że muszę tam iść. Jeszcze taki kawał. Naprawdę nie mogę?
Not much of a dog.
Co ty mi tu? Po krótkich problemach i jesteśmy. Rozmawiaj z Imeldą. To tak muszę już znowu. Przyjacielskie wsparcie, to chciałem. Daleko to? No czyli jest kawałek. Niby pokazuje 500 metrów, ale no już dobra. Nie wiem czemu, ale wyłączyła się Menda.
Revelio.
Tego nigdy za wiele. Mogę się ludziom włamywać do mieszkań. No spoko. Tu jeszcze nie mogę latać. No to już bym mógł, no już kurczę też. Aha.
This place has seen better days.
Nowe miejsce.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Excuse me. Did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
Nikt się tym nie przejął? Chłopa nie ma 2 tygodnie?
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself.
No nie ma go, nie
Claire
ma.
will be at
No.
her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Cóż, no zdarza się, tak? To
Accio!
nie.
Revelio! Past the river near the forest. I must be on the right track. This looks intriguing.
Levioso! Depulso!
Yes.
Mamy to.
Confringo! Incendio! Confringo!
Nie wiem, szkoda.
Incendio! Expelliarmus!
Is that Inferius wearing a woolly jumper? That must be Bardolph.
Confringo! Incendio!
Bardolph's woolly
Chyba.
jumper. I'm not sure Madame Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him.
No chyba już nie spotkamy więcej bandowca. Do pulsu, aby uderzyć przeciwnika i uderzyć. A,
Depulso! Levioso!
Incendio.
A im niżej, tym...
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
New instruments are expensive.
If it thinks it's got half a
Przeszli.
chance.
Brown Rock's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
Madame Beaumont, I believe I have some news of your brother.
Złe wieści.
Adolf? What do you know of my brother?
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd.
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No. No. This can't be.
Mogłem to lepiej przekazać.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph.
No już.
Bardolph. My dear,
Że
dear
będę mógł
brother.
się pomścić.
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. My apologies. I've not been myself since we last met. Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. It's Ranrock I have to thank for losing Bardolph. If only I could somehow rid our hamlet of these monsters.
Jakoś zawsze się da.
Simply at my wit's end.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where, precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Ale ja mogę.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Baldolph and I grew up here. I can't believe he's never coming home. Part of me wants to avenge the loss of my brother, whilst another part of me simply wants to hide.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious.
Gorzej nie będzie, nie?
We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
Such arrogance. How nice of you to...
One of Ranrock's camps, exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
What? Someone there?
Depulsor. Repair rod. Incendio. Confringo.
No! I will make you. I won't rest. Over here.
Incendio.
One less human to worry about.
Confringo.
Not quiet.
Expelliarmus.
How nice of you to stop by.
Incendio. Confringo.
Are ya?
Incendio. Confringo.
Seems your art isn't in this at all.
Incendio.
No! You look tired.
Confringo.
I won't.
Incendio. Expelliarmus.
I won't rest.
Confringo.
camp down. One
Mogło
more to
pójść
go.
gorzej. Aczkolwiek sporej. O, winogenny jakiś był. Teraz idziemy do drugiego. No dobra, ale użyłem przecież tego. No dobra.
Confringo. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
An unfortunate disappointment. Ranrock will unite us.
Incendio. No! Expelliarmus.
One less human to worry about.
Incendio.
I will. No.
One less human to worry about.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Repulsor. Incendio.
I will make.
Confringo.
I won't rest.
Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
An utterly pitiful display.
Incendio.
I shall avenge your pitiful.
Confringo. Expelliarmus.
That was unimpressive.
Confringo. Incendio.
I shall avenge.
Expelliarmus.
Both camps cleared. Madam Beaumont will be glad to hear that.
No gdzie oczyszczone?
Rather unwise coming back this way.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Depulso. Levioso.
Teraz jest oczyszczony.
You've one less follower, Ranrock.
Jest tu do pozbierania.
Revelio.
No dobra, no coś tam się... Starożytna magia? Tutaj? No jak się tam dostać? Będę mogę tylko wyjść.
Depulso.
Jakieś...
Revelio.
Ciekawe. Obozu już tu nie ma, także jest czyściej, jest przyjemniej. Możecie spać trochę
I do miss the
spokojniej.
bustle of business.
Przez jakiś
Hello,
czas.
Madam Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out. How?
It was harrowing, and they dug in their heels, but I managed.
Oh, I wish my brother could have done what you did. Perhaps he'd still be with me now. I'm especially grateful. You did, for Bardolph, what I could not. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
What do you have for sale?
Jak masz jakiś winogenny, to może
I do
wezmę.
appreciate what you
Znaczy,
went
ja
through
mam
to
hajs.
fight. Thank you. Sincerely.
Pajęczyki. O to nie. To dziękuję
Thank
za
you for
pęczę.
passing through.
Jeszcze ty coś dla mnie masz?
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have
Pleasure.
some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld
A ja mogę
potion.
trochę dostać?
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern.
Super.
The
No przecież nie
cavern
mógł
is in the
przynieść do
hills
domu.
just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk lumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
To dlaczego nie?
Do you remember anything about the
Ogarniali
letters you put in the
teorię.
box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories.
Znam skądś to
I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us.
Dekwery.
Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth,
Tak,
I'm always
dekwery.
astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Bardzo dziękuję. Sami musimy iść.
Revelio.
Mogę wejść? To jest dom bez drzwi.
I do appreciate what you went through.
New instruments are expensive.
Dobra. Misje, gdzie jest? Glide Oaks. Tak, to jest to. To przeszukajmy jeszcze grotę w tym odcinku. Taki. Powiedzmy, że to jest odcinek poboczny.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Co to było?
Oh, still you little weasel.
Confringo!
O Jezu, musiałem, przepraszam. Aż mnie z zaskoczenia wzięło.
Expelliarmus! Incendio!
No panu!
Incendio! Confringo!
Było tak niespodziewane, że sam się nie spodziewałem. Wejdź do tej doliny chrobotków. Nie spodziewałem się, że ktoś tam jest.
Rona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more hawk lumps while I'm there. Better have a look around. See about the hawk lumps and the box of letters. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Jakieś ryby, a raczej lewiosą ich nie podniosę. Pięć list. Super.
Accio!
No faktycznie, chrobotków jest tutaj od zachrobotania.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Expelliarmus! Accio!
Ła.
Levioso! Incendio! Confringo!
Dawaj.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Accio! Preparo!
Tak.
Depulso! Levioso! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Ła.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio!
Jest.
Should think they felt that in London.
Zawsze miał wyższy poziom ode mnie. Ciebie mogę zabrać? Mogę. Typ tam. Trochę hajsu. Do zebrania to zbierajmy. Nie mogę. Dobra. Wyczarowałem dla ciebie ten maleńki podarek w dowód wdzięczności, gdybyś na treningu Quidditcha w zeszłym tygodniu nie stanęła w mojej obronie, chyba podszedłbym drużynę, teraz wygraliśmy puchar. Jeszcze się okaże, że mieli mam oddzielne pismo do państwa Wrotlów z podziękowaniem za gościnę.
This must be Sorona's box of letters.
Do tej różni, moja droga przyjaciółko. W kuchni poprosiłem Majkę, żeby przyrządziła twój przysmak.
I should take this box of letters to Sorona. She'll be glad. I think that's everything. Sorona will be glad to have this back.
Do zakazanego lasu. Ja nie wiem, czy ja tu mogę. Może kiedy indziej.
Let's see what's up his sleeve.
That worried. Oh well. Whatever it was is gone now. What was that?
Expelliarmus!
Oh,
Incendio!
but we'd forget about that goblin helm you nicked.
Confringo! Accio!
Emma!
Confringo!
What have you done?
The beasts around here can sleep a bit easier now.
Co? A. No tak.
Accio!
Zapomniałem, że tu nie można latać. Dziwne te przepisy mają. No ale cóż no, przepis to przepis. Przepis jest przepis. Jak. Trzymaj, Sirono.
Oh, please tell me you have an answer for me about the
Daj mi spokój z tymi
butterflies.
motylami.
Hello, Sorona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggamel potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh,
I trolla.
thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. and not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Dobra, moi drodzy, było takie odcinek poboczny, mam nadzieję, że wam się podobał. Jeśli tak, stawcie kciuka w górę. I co, do usłyszenia już niedługo. Trzymajcie się.